Hello, I am Hoovian with Small Collection. Behind me is my collection, and today we are discussing timeline theory once again. Sorry for the break, had life issues, but it's fine now. It's alright, it's good. Anyway, so we are going to be discussing this video, we're going to be discussing the 2000s. Yes, the 2000s, the new millennium, with 15 releases coming up. So let's have a look at them, shall we? So for this video, we'll be going through the 5th Doctor, 6th Doctor, 7th Doctor, then spin-offs. That's how we'll be structuring this video today. So let's have a look at the stories, shall we? So from the main range, we have Land of the Dead, Fearmonger, Marian Conspiracy. We have Genocide Machine, Red Dawn, Spectre of Lanyon Moor, Winter of the Adept, Apocalypse Element, Fires of Vulcan, Shadow of the Scourge, Holy Terror, and the Mutant Phase. And then from the spin-offs, we only have one range still of Beneath Summerfield, which has Dragon's Laugh, the Doomsday Manuscript, and Secrets of Cassandra. So, real quick explanation. In the first video I said we wouldn't be covering books. Well, back in 2019, they started to create audiobooks of the Beneath Summerfield book range. So I'm going to be including the Beneath Summerfield books just because they are important to the audios. Some have really important plot details and plot mechanics. So I really want to get those in this timeline theory video as possible, as they're released, because it's just really important, I think. So I'll just be including the audio picture of what they are, but I might be including the book picture as well. But in the actual timeline picture at the end, I will be just including the audio picture. Hope that helps. So we kick things off with the 5th Doctor. Now, the 5th Doctor has had about, I think, 4 releases this year in Land of the Dead, Red Dawn, Winter of the Adept, and Mutant Phase. So we'll start with Land of the Dead because it's quick and easy, simple. So Land of the Dead is a 5th and Nyssa story, and I'm not going to lie to you, because it's a 5th and Nyssa story, it's very easy to place. So because of the fact that Tegan leaves in Time Flight and then comes back in Arc Infinity, we have a whole gap there with just 5 and Nyssa. So we're going to put Land of the Dead just after Time Flight. And continuing on, if we continue with the other 5th Doctor and Nyssa stories in this bundle, I guess you could call it, of releases, the stories are, for 5th Doctor and Nyssa, we've got Winter of the Adept, and we've got Mutant Phase. Now, these stories are confirmed to be after Land of the Dead. I believe on the Big Finish website, in the, I think the other, or like, description thing, it says at the bottom, the timeline placement, which will help so much. I think it stops in the mid-2000s is when they stopped doing that. So we're going to put Winter of the Adept just after Land of the Dead. So in Mutant Phase, we're going to put just after Winter of the Adept. So therefore we've got just a trilogy of 5 Nyssa stories just there before Arc of Infinity. And I think if you listen to them all together and then lead into Arc of Infinity, it works perfectly, doesn't it? Like, it's very much a blue-themed cover art system they've got there for the 5th Doctor so far. But yeah, it's perfect so far, I think. The last 5th Doctor story we have to discuss is, of course, Red Dawn. Now, Red Dawn is not a 5th Doctor and Nyssa story, it's a 5th Doctor and Peri story. Again, very simple to put into place, unfortunately. So no, like, working out calculations we've got to do here. It's very simple, very easy. We need to put it just after Planet of Fire and before Caves of Androzani, because Caves, of course, is the 5th Doctor Regeneration story, and Planet of Fire, is where Peri joins. So very simple, very easy. Slot it in there. Bob's your uncle, Annie's your aunt. So that's the 5th Doctor so far. What I'm going to be doing now is just taking a picture of what the 5th Doctor timeline looks like now. Very quick and easy from my physical media, so I'll quickly put a picture up on screen here. And there you are. So if you want to, I don't know, print off DVD covers and put those into place, which is what I plan to do one day when I have a bigger shelf and more storage space. But yeah, that's where those go, fortunately. Just as a on-screen example, if you ever want to do that yourself. I'll also be doing, later on at the end, I'll be doing the whole timeline thing of where everything goes, what we've got so far in there, how it's looking, you know, all that good stuff. So, kicking off for Sixth Doctor, we have got Marian Conspiracy, Spectre of Lanyon Moore, and The Holy Terror. Now let's start us off with Marian Conspiracy. So Marian Conspiracy has Evelyn Smythe, the first ever Big Finish original companion. Very simple to place, I think, because there's no Peri or no Mel, and we know a lot of stories will happen after Trial of the Time Lord. So we're going to place Marian Conspiracy just after Trial of the Time Lord. However, there'll be a lot more there in the future. With that placed, let's place the next two stories. So the next two stories are Spectre of Lanyon Moore and Apocalypse Element. These are Evelyn stories, and judging the fact that it's an original Big Finish companion, and Spectre is her first time in the TARDIS, Apocalypse Element is her first time meeting the Daleks and the Time Lords, fully apart from the Doctor, it's safe to say we can put them straight after each other. So Marian Conspiracy, Spectre of Lanyon Moore, and then we have Apocalypse Element. Now we have Holy Terror, with everyone's favourite talking penguin, Frobisher. Frobisher is a comic book companion who was, I think this is the first time a comic book companion has been in audio and fully voice acted for, which is amazing. I love Frobisher so much. Now, jumping forward, this year a story called The Quindilemma released. Now, The Quindilemma helps so much with the Sixth Doctor timeline. You have no idea. There's a clip which I'm about to play now.
Oh, it could be dangerous, Doctor. I'll go back in the TARDIS. No! I'm the oldest. If anything happens to me, it won't affect you. Well, surely I should go. I'm the youngest. Well, I think. So, you're the youngest, are you sure? Who are you travelling with? A certain Miss Purple Gilliam Brown. So am I. Which time? Which time what? Well, I did travel with Peri a lot. Or perhaps I should say I travelled with a lot of Peris. Can't get too much of a good thing. You're not with Peri. I am lucky enough to be travelling with the incomparable Melanie Bush. I think I meant me. I'm accompanied by the dynamic dream team of Flip and Mrs. Clark. Mel is, I'm afraid, in my past. And in your future. Really? Yes. It goes like this. Peri, Frobisher. Peri and Frobisher, Peri. Grant, Peri again, Matthew Sharp, Evelyn. Oh yes, Frobisher, Peri, Actis and Calf, Jamie and Zoe, Evelyn and Thomas Brewster, back to Evelyn, Mel first time, Jago and Lightfoot, Mila, Jamie, Flip, Peri, Jason and Crystal, and Zog. Constance and Flip, Mari, Mel and Evelyn, and back to Mel. Simple. I'm glad I'm going to forget all this.
Which explains the whole Sixth Doctor timeline, which is fantastic. So we can put Frobisher coming after the Evelyn stories, which is perfect. We'll be coming back to the Quindilemma clip a lot, which, if you don't know, I made that sort of animation, I'd call it. I'm currently working on a condemned one. It's not got far, unfortunately. It was only the first 5 minutes made fully, because I'm not happy with the rest of the stuff I've made so far. So I'm going over it, making adjustments, but hopefully that'll be out soon for everyone to watch. But it also means the timeline looks like this. I'll put a picture of my physical media up now, and there you have it. Perfect. Simple. Bob's your uncle. Annie's your aunt. I need to get that quote right. Need to. The Seventh Doctor, again, we have 4 stories between 3 TARDIS teams. So this is going to be a bit of a jumping around sort of thing. We've got the Fearmonger, we've got Genocide Machine, we have Fires of Vulcan, and we have Shadow of the Scourge. Now, the 3 TARDIS teams, let's break them down. We've got Seven and Mel, which is Fires of Vulcan. Seven and Ace, which is the Fearmonger and, of course, Genocide Machine. And we've got Seven, Ace, and Bernice Summerfield, which will be Shadow of the Scourge. So, the Seventh and Mel story is clearly season 24, because that's the only story you can put Seven and Mel together in. And due to his story being kind of showing Seven's mischievous side, his little, his more manipulative side of him.
No, Ace! Stay still! Will you stay still? You idiots! I don't know how many times I gotta tell you not to move. You moved. You moved. Thank you.
Slowly starting to come through. Mel questions if she is needed anymore from the Doctor because he's healed now after his regeneration. We can grasp that this is the cusp of the end of season 24, just before Mel leaves, just before Dragonfire. So we're going to put it just in that gap after Delta of the Bannerman and Dragonfire. The next two stories are the Fearmonger and Genocide Machine we're going to be talking about. Due to these stories having a confirmed placement by the Big Finish website, thank you. The Fearmonger is going to be set after Survival, which makes sense, perfectly fine that. And Genocide Machine is going to come out just after that. Perfect. Everything's simple there. The last Doctor Who story we're going to be talking about is 7th, Ace and Bernice in Shadow of the Scourge. One of my favourite stories. My favourite stories that, if you listen to any Doctor Who audio, I highly recommend either Fires of Vulcan or Shadow of the Scourge because they're bloody brilliant. Now, of course, with Bernice being here, this has to be in the Virgin New Adventures range of books. That sort of placement there. But like I said before, I'm not counting books in my timeline. So, just going off the fact that we have upcoming in like 2011, 2012 sort of time, we have novel adaptations coming up, so I can still put this in a condensed, perfect timeline. So Bernice will be introduced at some point with the Doctor and Ace and everything like that. So let's put this just after Genocide Machine and just before Bernice's own own Big Finish series, because that way you get to have Ace with 7 and then you have Bernice just pop up for a bit and then Bernice goes off her own spin-off. And speaking of Bernice, let's go over her 3 stories we've got. So we've got Dragon's Laugh, Doomsday Manuscript, and we've got The Secret of Cassandra. Now, completing series 1 of Bernice Summerfield, we're going to put Dragon's Laugh just after closure to close off that series. That series is now complete and that series looks like this. Now, season 2, I'm going to have open with the audiobook, Doomsday Manuscript, and then Secret of Cassandra. But where should I place these? Should I place them just after season 1? Should I place them after some other Doctor Who stories? Let's find out. So for now, I'm just going to place it just after Silence of Time, because I know there's a lot more Doctor Who stories to fit there, and I think Bernice coming after Silence of Time at this point just makes sense in my eyes. It just makes sense. It makes more lateral sense, I think, than if you have issues with that. I swear, there's a process. It makes sense later. Trust me. I've got a whole timeline on my computer. I've got it all written down. It's fine. It'll look better when it's done. Now then, let's have a look at what we've added for now. So on the 5th Doctor's timeline, we've got Time Flight, Land of the Dead, Winter of the Adept, Mutant Phase, Arc of Infinity, and then we've got we've got season 20, the rest of that, and then season 21 until Planet of Fire, Red Dawn, and Caves of Androzani, which is perfect, I think. For the 6th Doctor, we've got Trial of a Time Lord, Marian Conspiracy, then we've got Spectre of Lanyon Moore, Apocalypse Element, Holy Terror, and then Time of Alani. And Time of Alani being a 7th Doctor story, let's go into what we've done there. We've got Delta of the Bannerman, Fires of Vulcan, and then we have Dragonfire. So we've got Survival, Fearmonger, Genocide Machine, Shadow of the Scourge, Oh No It Isn't, and then season 1 of Beneath Summerfield continues until Dragon's Laugh. Then we've got Silence of Time, Doomsday Manuscript, and Secret of Cassandra. Then going into the TV movie, which of course is the only place we can put it for now. And there we have it, the 2000s is complete. Done. Sorted. Wow. Sorry this video took a long time to make. It's been life issues and everything like that. But honestly, I'm hoping to come back, get some more videos done. 2001 is going to be so much fun because there's a lot more spin-offs to talk about, a lot more things happening. I might have to split the video into 2 parts just in case it gets too long because I'm only using my phone to record at this point in time. And my phone's a bit storage heavy, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame. I think when I get to 2002, I'll do a big video upload of all 5 years we've done so far, sort of like a long form video, because I know some people love long form videos. I don't know if that's like a thing that will do well, but we can find out, we can try, we can see what happens, you know what I mean? If there's any questions you have, please answer them in the comments. I love reading the comments, and I love just interacting with people from there. And it's been really nice seeing how well those past 2 videos done, especially my Condemned video. It means a lot to me, so much. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment and subscribe. And yeah, we'll see you next time in 2001, shall we? See you in the timeline. Bye!